Record. Is it recording? It is recording. Perfect. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Me and Melissa want to help anyone that is pushing for Diamond this month, but also if you're just pushing for a promotion. We kind of want to give you some ideas, some things that you should be doing. Let me shut my Facebook off so that it's not dinging the entire time. Ideas of things that you could be doing, that you should be doing. Because when it's a promotion month like this, there's a couple things that you should do and a couple things you should not do. And so that's really the purpose behind this. A lot of it, you're probably be like, yeah, there was nothing like earth-shattering that you said, but it's just when you're in this place in your business, you might hear something differently. You might have heard it a million times before, but now that you're pushing to Diamond, it might make a different, it might just make a little different sense, or it'll mean something else to you. Okay? So I really don't have an agenda or a topic, which I probably shouldn't say because I'm gonna just kind of wing it, but not in like in a bad way. Just that's how we work. That's how we roll. So the main things that I want to talk about, and then we'll let Mel talk about some of the things that she wants to talk about or as things come up. The main thing is it's already the 15th. And if you're not feeling that you're closer than you should be, it's time to just kind of push down on the gas and get tired, get uncomfortable if you have to, and really start making those calls and doing things that might be exhausting. Here's something that I do know, and Mel and I have talked about this before. Stormy's not even on here to defend herself. She doesn't need to defend herself. I'm not talking behind her back, so we're going to just say that one out there. But she said something to me this weekend that really made me think, oh wait, she is on. I see her now. Okay, she's somewhere. That made me think for a minute of how everyone's mindset should be right now that's pushing to Diamond, or if you're pushing for a promotion in general right now or in the next couple of months, okay? We were driving home, and she's pushing for triple, and this weekend she signed like 2 distributors and 5 royals. I know 2 distributors, I don't know how many royals, it seemed like one every minute. And we were driving, and she said something that it made me have 2 different reactions. The first thing she said was, or not the first thing, what she said was, I said, that's awesome, good job, whatever. She goes, no, I'm so mad at myself because I should have been doing this before, and now I've waited to the last minute, and I'm pushing, and I'm a little stressed. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, okay, give yourself a little bit of grace, right? Give yourself some grace because you just signed 2 distributors and a handful of loyal customers. You're doing awesome. But that's just how she is ingrained. Like she let off a couple of weeks. She did some other things, that's fine in this business. But like what she's saying is, I'm this close and I might come up short, but I only have myself to blame kind of thing. And so first I was like, just give yourself some grace. What you're trying to accomplish is ridiculous, right? She's done the Diamond and the double. The next promotion is harder. But the other thing that I started thinking is, if you're pushing right now for a promotion and it's right there, on August 31st, when you put your head down at night, can you, if you fall short, can you say to yourself, I did everything I could? And if you can say that, then you're going to wake up on the 1st. You're going to be like, okay, that sucked. I didn't make it, but let's do it again. But what I don't want any of y'all to do is on August 31st or any 30th or 31st of the month to put your head down and be like, no, I didn't do everything that I could. And I'm not saying that about Stormy. To me, she's doing everything she could. That's just her competitive nature in her. And she needs to give herself a little bit of grace. But there are times, like this year, I told Melissa, this whole top 150 thing at the end of last month, I was like, you know what? I think I might have fallen short, but I have not let off the gas since conference. And so at least I could put my head down on July 30th, and I was proud of the work that we had done. And so you have 15 more days, and what I'm trying to say is, over the next 15 days, I have no idea what that is. Over the next 15 days.
Was that it?
What is that? Is that you?
That's not me.
No, that's not you. Someone that's not muted for some reason. So for the next 15 days, I don't want you. Okay, hold on. I'm too white rabbit. I'm muting everyone again. Okay, there we go. And I already forgot what I was going to say. Okay, the next 15 days, I want y'all to make, like, I don't want you to have any regrets if you fall up short. You know, it's just one of those things. Like, we have the control, we can control how hard we work for the next 15 days. We can't necessarily control who goes in the system, but we can control how we work for the next 15 days. And so some of the things that I think that y'all should be doing consistently is having a plan. Like, every day you should wake up and this should be your plan. This is how many potential distributor messages I need to be sending. This is how many loyal customer messages I need to be sending. And some of y'all that are in that Diamond Push group, you know, we learned a ratio at the very beginning. You know, some people have sent like 100 messages to just get a couple of yeses or conversations started. So you're going to have to know your ratio. You want to add anything to that, Mel, or no?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I love that, because every time I don't hit a goal, I think back like, oh, I did watch all these movies and I did go and hang out with all these people like all these different days, or, you know, I was just lazy this time and this time and this time. So yeah, I really love that, because it stinks to have regret and think, oh, I didn't do everything that I could do.
It's kind of like, never mind. I'm not going to go there because it's inappropriate. So in the moment, it might suck, but once you get there, like once you get to Diamond, you'll never regret having pushed as hard as you did. Does that make sense? Like, it might suck in the moment, or not suck. You might not want to do that in the moment, but once you get there, you're like, okay, that was kind of worth it. Way off in left field in my brain right now. So some of the things that when it's a promotion month, what I do, because you know if it's your promotion month or if you're getting up to a promotion month, some of the things that I do is I can tell you exactly how many distributors I need and how many loyal customers per day need to be entered on my team and where. I have broken it down that far. And so I encourage you guys to break it down, like all the way down over the next 15 days. If you need, say, 15,000 in volume and you have 15 days, you need about 100. That was easy math and I needed a calculator. You need 100 BB a day. You know, that could be 2 loyals. You need 2, well, no, not right now, 2 wrap loyals, but that's only 20 BB. But you see what I'm saying? Like, break it down exactly. And like Melissa always tells me, she goes, don't go to sleep until you reach that goal. And I'm like, okay, but I might be like going on 5 days straight with no sleep. But what she means is don't stop, you know, when you want to. Just do a little bit more. Send a couple more messages. Follow up a little bit more. Check in with that person on your team that you know is talking to a potential right before you go to bed. And if you don't know how to break it down that far, like specifically get with us so that we can help you figure it out. Because when you know that, it makes it seem less daunting. So, and you know, you could be like, gosh, I need 1,500 in volume versus I need 2 loyals a day. You know, it doesn't seem as crazy. And it might just be 1 loyal a day if they ordered the system. So it's just figuring out what you need exactly. The other thing is, if you are boxed, you should just be focusing like all of your posts and all of your efforts on volume stuff. You should be, you know, what you post about and what you talk about is what you're going to be bringing in. So if you're already boxed for Diamond or Emerald or whatever, you need to be being very heavy on the product side and not just like lip and eye and hair, skin and nails. I'm like the system and wraps and things that are higher BB, and it might be out of your comfort zone. Maybe Profit, you know, some of these things where there's a little heavier BB, that's what you need to be focusing on, because that's what your audience are going to be seeing. Now, if you still need some distributors, I say be very heavy on the distributor side. I could go both ways on that, because I tend to have anyone I'm talking to about loyal customer, I weave in the distributor option. But you need to be focusing on opportunity, the friendships, the freedom. You need to make sure that what your goal is, that is what you are really pushing out there in a way. Not like in a push way like advertisement, but that is where your focus is. Mel, would you agree, disagree?
Oh, absolutely. It just makes more sense to get yourself boxed in first and then really focus on volume. That's just the smartest way to do your chart and the smartest way to promote to every single rank.
Right. And there was a time I was talking to Melissa, I was like, oh, gosh, I'm just getting a ton of hair, skin, and nails customers. Like, it just seems like 30, 30, 30, which I know adds up, but it adds up really slow when you're trying to knock out a 400 box. And we went back to my timeline, and it was like, hair, skin, nails, mermaid challenge, hair, skin, nails. I'm like, well, there you go. That's why. Greens, because I wasn't putting anything out there that might be a little more expensive, that may be a little tougher sell, but, 5 hair, skin, nails person to one system, it kind of evens out when you're looking at volume. Obviously not if you need cabs and fast starts and things like that, or probably not cabs, but volume wise, it was way more worth it.
Oh, can I add to that?
Yes.
Okay, and one thing about that, when I started this, I was really broke until I got to Diamond. And so my mentality was like, oh, don't sell the big stuff, just sell the small stuff, because I thought everyone else was broke like I was. When in reality, people are going to spend money. They have no problem buying the system. So don't sell yourself short. Aim high. And then if money is the issue, then you can kind of, talk it down a little bit. If they're saying, well, I can't really do the whole system, or I can't afford the whole system, then you can say, okay, well, I can do where you can get 2 of the products and we can switch it out the next month, So I know I have this talk a lot with people. Just don't sell it short. Start high and then bring it down if that's what you have to do. But don't aim low, because then you're just selling yourself short.
Because they might have, been like, all right, fine, I'll do triple threading cleanse, when you just said, well, here's Thermofit and Fat Fighters, or Fat Fighters and Greens. They might have been willing to do that. So when you're looking for big volume and you're looking for that promotion month where you need volume in all of these places, that's when you should really be focusing on the things that you could pair together, bundle together. Like, you could do lip and eye preventage and repair age all together, not just do lip and eye. You see, like, oh, okay, well, that's too much. Well, then let's try lip and eye and preventage instead. Or lip and eye and wow. Like, you're going to bundle it and then start taking things away from it. And they might just come down to the lip and eye and you go, okay, well, that works too. But at least you went through that process.
Yeah, and even with the wraps, I never just sell wraps. I'm always throwing in, hey, well, would you like the defining gel too? It helps speed up the process and help maintain. It basically goes hand in hand with the wraps. That's something you really need too. And a lot of times people are like, okay, because it's at the end process. It's kind of like an impulse buy, I guess you could say. So, it just never hurts to ask. You can only gain. And so.
And one of the other things that I was talking to someone today, she signed 3 BOGO distributors, okay, or not distributors, loyal customers. And we were talking, she goes, well, this person's at 300, so I'm trying to get them to 400. And I go, wait a minute, because next month, because she's probably not going to hit Diamond this month, right? She's a couple, it's just not in the cards, but Emerald might be. And so I was like, wait a minute, you're about to put 2 460 BV today under there, but next month that's 162, where this person only needs 100, so that's 62 BV of wasted volume that you could put somewhere else. So it's very Like, it's important to be very strategic with your placements and your moves right now with a forward-thinking vision. So right now, this is what's in front of me, and that's good if you're promoting, get every box done as much as you can. But next month, what's that going to look like? So this 20 BV right now on BOGO wraps, it's going to take a bunch of BOGO wraps to get you to 400. But next month, when that becomes 54, it could make a bigger impact somewhere. So to just be smart with your placements, and if you don't know, that's where just really being, I don't want to say on top of, because we're nobody's boss, right? We're nobody's boss, but really be on top of your distributors' enrollments every day during a promotion month. Like, usually when I'm promoting, there's not a loyal customer that goes in that I don't know about, and I don't know where they're going or helping that conversation go. So y'all should kind of have that same approach. It's not in a micromanaging kind of way. It's in a let's make sure that this benefits everyone to the maximum kind of way.
Yes, love that. Okay, so I want to talk about people or feeling like no one's working under you. So when you go ambassador, just so you know, you get a second spot. So here's me. I went ambassador. I get this 2.0 spot under me. So I basically start over in a new spot. Tammy will get that soon. So I have enrolled like an entire chart of emeralds, and every single person I have enrolled is just, they're turtles. I mean, I don't know how else to describe them. I mean, I have like 2 people kind of trying, and they're doing okay, not really enrolling much, but it is frustrating to have a whole bunch of people you enrolled and them not do a whole bunch. I feel you guys when you tell me that. But one thing you have to remind yourself is you cannot depend on them to get you there. So I had someone cancel. I now need 10 distributors, 8,000 in volume, which is a freaking ton. I'm still going for it this month, with or without the bonus. I'm going to get as far as I can, whether I actually hit it or I don't, because when you get to diamond, there's all these extra bonuses unlocked in the comp plan. So I'm sitting there on my chat trying to like drag these people to work when they're not doing shit. And I hate to say that, but they're not. So I can't even get them to speak to me. I'm like being pesky. So I'm putting more of my energy into recruiting than I am dragging it out of them. And I'm still going to talk to them, and I'm still going to try to get them to do something. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, okay, y'all aren't doing anything to change your lives. I'm going to find somebody that is. And I see, going to ambassador, leader after leader after leader, that they find that one person that's going to work as hard as they do on their way to diamond, who gets it, who sees the long term in this. And there's been a couple diamonds that they don't get that one person till after diamond, but most people get it on the way to diamond. They find that one person. And I'm sitting here with my chart, and it's a little overwhelming, but I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I can do this. Like, I'm waking up, I'm saying, I'm diamond again. I'm going to do this. And I'm just working hard. I'm getting uncomfortable. I reached out to, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many people today. And people that I'm intimidated by. And I'm shocked at the feedback I've gotten today from people that own their own business. And they look like they're doing really well, but they're like, hey, yeah, actually, I am open to it, and let's talk. And I pray every night going to sleep, bring the right people into my business, the people that need it, etc. But I feel you guys, going to diamond, it is tough and it is hard work, but don't depend on anyone to get there. Depend on yourself, and anything else that is contributed is a huge blessing.
Right. And that's not saying that we don't think that your people can do it, but you don't want to put your paycheck in the faith that they're going to make it happen. Because at the end of the day, like, it's your business, it's your promotion, you've got to be the one that makes it happen. And if they help you along the way, it is like icing on top. And you will find those people that will do that, there are people that build themselves to Ruby, believe it or not. I mean, it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of y'all are the ones that built yourself to Ruby. And so,
the ace is in the hole.
Everyone cheers. Some of the other things that have recently been coming up, and that's kind of one of the reasons that we wanted to have this Zoom, was some of you have multiple options on your chart. And this is something that took me a while to get, and Melissa is so good at teaching this concept to her leaders, is you always, you want to make sure that you don't have tunnel vision when looking at your chart, because there might be another option for you. So example, you might be building someone to Ruby and they're 2 away, but someone under them working hard is 3 away and they're working faster. They might end up being your Ruby instead of the person you have in that Ruby spot. It's easier to build someone that's working and matching your efforts than someone that's just in a dead box that isn't doing anything. And so reworking your chart sometimes is really, really, it could be really important, and it could get you there a lot faster, but sometimes you overlook those options because it doesn't make sense. They're not the first person in your tree viewer when you're going through, but they're the one that might be able to get you there. And if that doesn't make sense, get with Melissa and Stormy or me or Gina, Felicia. They get it to Lee. You can look at different options. There might be someone that might just be an executive right now on your chart that should be in that Ruby spot instead of the Ruby that's above them. Because you don't want to just be building the dead boxes. And I'm about to contradict myself, because get to diamond as fast as possible so you unlock those 3 bonuses that kick in. But you're going to be beating a dead horse if you keep just filling and not working with those other people. Does everybody, you could just shake your head. Does everyone know the 3 things that kicks in after you go diamond? I mean, we're pretty good about like pounding it into y'all so you realize where the money is. If you don't, we have videos out there that'll explain it.
Can we just talk about calves though?
Can we talk about that for a minute? Go ahead, Mel.
If you don't know what a calf is, I just want you to paint a picture of your chart, draw a line under, and then say you go diamond. So everyone you enroll under that line, you not only get your $100 fast start, but you get an extra $80. And everyone they enroll, and that person enrolls, and so forth on the team. So it's not everyone you enroll, just everyone you enroll when you promote to diamond under here. So here's your diamond chart. You go diamond. Under here, you enroll these people, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, whether you enrolled them or not. So that's where it's like people that say, oh, I'm going to wait till there's one person I've heard that's waiting till the $10,000 bonus comes out and it's extra $400 a month. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You're missing so much money waiting month after month after month instead of just going diamond and getting all these extra bonuses, which are more secure and coded to you. It's in your comp plan versus a bonus that's going to go away, which is great. That's icing on the cake, but it's not permanent.
And that's something that I think and I was talking this weekend, we did that training in Abilene, and I kind of had at a moment, I was kind of apologetic because when we started, Melissa and I, when we started, there were no bonuses. And we built fast on the vision of the residual income, knowing that once you go diamond, the average is $1,900. Knowing once you go double this, we did not build for the bonuses. Now the bonuses, if it's there along the way, great. you know, but that doesn't need to be what you're building for, because our compensation plan is not, it's not a bonus-based compensation plan. Like, that is not where the millions are going to be made. Is it nice when you have it? Yeah, I mean, we're both sitting here with bonuses, and yeah, they're kind of nice, but we also know that they go away. They're not forever, and you could make way more by getting your cabs and a personally enrolled diamond and all of these other things along the way than you ever will with the bonus. So just keep that in mind. Like, if you work towards a bonus, great. If you don't get it, don't let that stop you, because that's not where in 10 years your money is going to be coming from.
Absolutely. I love that.
Like, for real. The way we put it into perspective, so our other ambassador, Ashley, she's in the top 10. She has no bonuses. And she's still in the top 10 with these people that have bonuses. And like she said recently, she goes, I'm just waiting until May 2017 when all of these people that are in top 10 with me are right below and their bonuses disappear. They're not going to be pushing me anymore. Like, they're not going to be up there pushing her, because she's built it all on residual and the bonuses that are built into the compensation plan, like diamond bonuses, cab bonuses, and roller bonuses. And so, I mean, that speaks volumes if you really think about it. There's people up there with 12,000 in bonuses in about a year. That's going away, and then that's a 12,000 drop in their check if they haven't made it up. That's crazy, right? Like, anyway,
that is crazy. That's a good perspective. Really good perspective.
So what else do you want to talk about? We got about
I thought of something a second ago. Oh shoot, what was it?
Do y'all have questions? Maybe we could do that, like any kind of questions.
Post questions in the chat. Okay, I did want to say something else, that a good tip I have for you, because I've had my Diamond 2.0 for a few months now. And I'm not going to lie, it's so easy to like get into management zone and just try to talk to all your teammates and not focus on recruiting. But you need to do your steps of success plus more each month as you go up and up and up. But I guess the sooner that you go after it, the sooner you're going to get it. Period. There's no luck in this business. You earn your own promotion. So that's all I have to say on that.
80, 80, 80. I'm reading, Danny said 80, 80, 80, 80. Lots of baby bunny calves. Like I was telling them on Sunday at the training, you hold that little baby bunny calf leg and you want them to go reproduce. And Ashley says it all the time. You want them to go reproduce as fast as possible.
That's good. That's
bunny.
Cool. She didn't get a Ruby bonus, but she kept pushing. Good for you.
And she got the cruise.
Yay!
Okay. There was something else that I thought of.
Anyone else have questions you want to put in the chat for us while Tammy's thinking of her next tip? Okay, so when people say they don't have time to become a DT, and we mentioned sneaking time in here and there, what do you say? Okay, so what I say, and Tammy, you can add into this after, is I just tell people, hey, I love busy people. Busy people get things done, and we all get on Facebook throughout the day, right? Ha, ha, ha. I just do that. And they're like, oh, like it's like a light bulb goes off and they're like, yeah, you're right. I scroll through Facebook throughout the day. So that's kind of how I break the ice on that comment. But what do you say about that, Tammy?
There's a couple things that I say. I do a lot of the same as you. I go, oh, that's perfect, because people that don't know time know how to be intentional with their time. And so that means that you will be able to fit it in a very like good way, and you're going to maximize your time. The other thing, and I just learned this, and I haven't been able to use it yet, but I'm waiting to. It's kind of funny, and it might not work for everyone. It just depends on your personality. Again, when we give you guys stuff, if it's not your personality, don't do it. Another leader that I know, someone said, I don't have time. And she literally took a picture of herself sitting on the toilet and sent it to the person and was like, I'm sitting on the toilet right now working. I mean, you make the time. And so I'm just waiting for the opportunity to be able to use that. I'm talking about the other Holly that sent a picture of her on the toilet saying, this is how you make time, and sent it to that person. And so it's pretty funny, y'all. I mean, you have to just put it into perspective for them. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, you're right. I just sit around with all of this time twiddling my thumbs and eating, chocolate strawberries all day long. And it reminds them like, hello, no, nobody has time if you really get to it. But we all have the same 24 hours in the day.
But I did have chocolate strawberries today.
You got a cruise to get ready for. Yeah, cut off those strawberries.
I know, bad.
Okay, let's see. There's some more questions over here. And for those when they say they don't have the $99 investment, that's a huge hurdle for her this month. What would you say? What's your go-to answer on that one?
For people that say they don't have the $99? Okay, that's something that's very unbelievable to me because I didn't have $99 when I started. I just made it happen. So you kind of have to sell them more on like why they need this. So you might say, well, that's exactly why you need this. Aren't you sick and tired of being that broke? And then you give them ideas. Are you willing to put it on a credit card or sell a handbag, sell some clothes to raise the money because you make your money on the kit anyways. And I'm not actually a very big fan of pre-selling wraps just because they don't have the training yet. They don't know how to talk to people. They don't have you specifically that they feel comfortable talking to yet because they're not invested in it. So I don't do that, but I just ask them, I give them ideas, and then if there's still excuses, I keep them on my potential list, and I keep following up with them because it's all about the right timing for them. But I just try to dig in deep, try to figure out their fears or their worries or concerns and address those. So it might even end up being when they say they don't have the money that they're not a salesperson. And then you can address that and say, oh my gosh, I wasn't either. But I quickly learned with our training and our support group that, we have everything that we need, the tools to respond to people and not feel like you're alone.
Right.
So.
And you know what? Something else. And again, your personality. Like I could see Erin saying stuff. Is Erin on here? Yeah. Erin saying stuff, something like me, like, I don't have the money. And then a day later, they're at the shoe store posting their new shoes. I'd be like, you don't have money to join me, but you could spend $200 on some Michael Kors shoes. Like, come on, let's be real. And so it's just like your personality. You got to make sure, but you also have to have that relationship first to where you're not like making them uncomfortable by calling them out, but also be like, oh, I see what you did there. You just went and got a $500 tattoo, but you don't want to spend $99 to make $1 million. I get it. It makes total sense. You're thinking right now. So it's just finding ways to be real, be authentic, but also call them out on their BS. And there are legit some people that don't have the money, and that's where you brainstorm with them to come up with different ways to get it. But most people in this day and age, most people can figure out how to come up with $99.
Mm-hmm.
If they were really sick and they had the flu and they needed some medicine, they're going to figure out how to pay for it.
Exactly.
So you have to help them see it as a priority if they want to make it a priority. And if they don't, then what else will they not make a priority once they're in the system?
Exactly.
I'm thinking. So Megan says, for us younger girls, what is the best approach to getting DTs older than us? I feel like our Tennessee team would explode if we could find a way to approach older men and women. Where is she on here? Okay, I have an idea, and it's something that just clicked into my mind this week. Stormy, we went to this Abilene training, and he's my new BFF. there's this man named Jaron. Actually, I just learned by talking to his wife today that all of my family and his family are friends because they're from the same area. But he's like my dad's age, okay? He's older. And he is so excited about this business because he doesn't really have a retirement plan B. He's working still. He's tired still. A lot of people that are older than us, and I don't know how old you are, Megan. So I'm saying older, like as in my parents' age. There are so many people, so many baby boomers right now that are struggling. They are struggling financially, or they're about to be struggling financially. And you'd be surprised how many of them are actually open to it if you would just talk to them. Don't let the age gap and the age barrier hold you from doing it, keep you from doing it, because you don't know what happens behind the four walls, you know? Like there's the life in front, and you're like, oh, they're older, they have a successful life, they're getting close to retirement. Well, they might have to work 10 more years because they don't have a savings. They don't really have a retirement. Social Security is not going to cut it. And so don't let your age become the barrier. That's the best thing that I can say. I don't know. And let me tell you, this man is so excited. He does not know social media well, but he gets the vision and he gets it, and he is like, I am going to go make us $1 million. And I'm like, you come on, old man, let's go do it. He's not that old. I would never say it like that. But like I told Stormy, I was straight up giddy about this old man. And I shouldn't be calling him an old man. This man, I was so giddy about him because it opened my eyes to really like, this business has no age. Like, there is no age ceiling here. And he is just as excited as the 22-year-old sitting over here. And so you don't know that just because they're older, they're not going to want to do it.
I agree. And it kind of comes back to how we were saying, don't sell yourself short. If you're broke, don't think everyone else is broke, just offering them one product. Age, it doesn't matter. We have products for every single age out there over 18. So I wouldn't let age stop you when you're reaching out. We have this little crazy wrap thing that can change someone's entire life. Just look at any of your diamond and above leaders and where they were before it works and where they are now. And just approach it like that. Like, hey, this person, you don't know where they are in life, and you could be changing their life with this. And that's just how the kind of mindset you'll want to have as far as approaching them. Okay.
So right here, Stacy said my oldest loyal is 84. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's so hot in here. I'm sorry, you guys. I know I say this all the time. I got to figure out air in this room. So Stacy says, with only 15 days left, how do you get people to sign up now? I have so many people who want to wait for this or that. And
you want me to go with that one, or you?
What were you going to say?
You want me to do that one, or you?
You've got this one because you're good at getting them in. Like you have that revolving door. You get them in pretty good.
Okay, well, I'll just tell you my routine. This is totally normal. Think about how many times your sponsor reached out to you before you signed. If you signed on the spot and didn't push them back a few times, that's very abnormal. Like, Tammy, you're a rare one. I very rarely get someone sign up on the spot. So think about that first, and then don't ever give up, because when it's their right timing, then it's their right timing. So the best thing to do is keep them on your potential list, and then just periodically follow up with them. It can be as simple as, hey girl, I know you're really wanting to make some extra income. Can you realistically start this month? It can be that easy. And try to schedule a later date. If they're like, no, I know I said today, but I'm really going to have to wait, then just say, okay, well, when do you think you'll be ready to start? Because put some urgency in there. I'm filling out my next chart, and I'm filling up the next spaces, so I'm going to put you down for when you think you'll be ready. And then they'll tell you, well, I get paid on the 25th of the month. So put that in your calendar, follow up with this person, potential DT, and just keep doing that. And don't give up. I mean, there's not a certain amount of many times you should follow up with people. I have people that sign within a couple weeks to months to even a year, past a year, and you just never know. I had someone that was on my potential list for over a year that signed up and went diamond pretty fast. I had one of my very first loyals that went presidential 4 years later, signed up and went presidential. I mean, you just never know. So just your list is gold, basically, and just keep going at it.
Well, I think the other thing, like, you have these people that want to sign up now, but they want to wait. Don't put your eggs in their basket, or like, don't put it in their hand. Keep going and trying to find other ones, because along the way you might find that person that's like, yeah, let's do it today. But if you keep going to this person that, yeah, I want to, but today's not a good day. Yes, I want to, but this is that. And you're not making those new contacts and new relationships, you might miss the one that's ready to go today. And so it's good to have them, like Melissa said, keep them on your list and keep following up with them. But it always needs to be this continual cycle of adding new people on, because that's where you're going to find, you will find someone that's like, all right, yeah, let's do it. I'm ready. They do exist. I mean, I'm one. Gina and Felicia are one. I called them and they signed up like that day or the next day. They exist. So you gotta just find them.
Yeah, good stuff for sure. Absolutely. Don't get stuck on your list. Keep adding.
And then so the follow-up question to that is perfect timing is how often do you follow up with potential DTs and LCs? I heard something this past 2 weekends ago at a training that was like, that's perfect. Don't wait until the right time, because you've already missed it. So follow up before you think it's the right time. Like, there is no shame in following up with someone, a couple days later, and always just be like, hey, I don't want to be that annoying person. I kind of feel like that, but you are interested. I'm just doing my part, doing my job, and checking in with you. Is today the day you're ready to get started? They say no. Follow, okay, a couple days later or a couple weeks later, whenever, like, you want to set that with them. I have so many names in my calendar. I just have their name, and I'll be like, hey, today's the 15th, and you told me to follow up with you. I don't want to be annoying, but I also want to, follow through on my word. Are you ready? And you're going to find them. They're going to be ready one day. I don't know what day it is, but they're going to be ready. It might be in 5 years, but they're going to be ready. And so just keep following up with them, and always make it about them, and just be like, I don't want to bother you. I just want to make sure that I am giving you the customer service that you deserve right now. That I don't want to be the reason that you're not getting your products. I don't want to be the reason that you don't get started towards that bonus. I don't want to be this. So this is on. I'm just doing my part. You tell me what you want to take out of it. That's how I approach it.
That's perfect. Oh my gosh, that's really, really good. I don't have anything better to say.
Okay.
Tammy hit the nail on the head.
Right. It just, if you make it very, like, I've never, you guys, until just recently, but this is, again, I'm working in my cold market now, making it warm. So I got to remember, like, these are not people that I really know, and some of them I'll never meet. Like, I have yet to be told, no, go away, blocked on Facebook, unfriended by people that I actually know. Like, I've never been told, you're following up too much with me, leave me alone. I get ignored just like you guys get ignored, or they read it, but a lot of times I probably get more responses because I just use me, and I just use my voice, and I'm very like, hey, I know I look like the crazy lunatic annoying person, but you said you were interested in this, and so until you tell me no, I'm going to keep following up with you. And sometimes they won't respond, and I'll come back a couple days later and be like, okay, well, obviously that wasn't the day, so I'm going to try this again. Maybe today you'll let me know. I don't know. So I'm just very, very real with them. Anything else? How long should you wait to talk with someone you friend on Facebook? I don't think there's a timeline. I think it's very case-by-case basis. You don't want to be spammy. You don't want to just like friend them, message them, hey, join my team, hey, blah, blah, blah. What I do is I move them. If I friend someone new and they accept it, I change the status to see first on their posts so that I can make sure to be interacting with them often and engaging with them. And somewhere in that process, they will give you an in. That's what I call it. They will give you an in to talk about a particular product or the business or something. You just have to be paying attention to what they're saying and doing. But they're going to give you an in. I wish my hair was longer. I wish my nails were longer. Gosh, I'm so tired. If I could only, get rid of this muffin top, whatever. They're going to give you an in. Here's my little trick. I want to know my trick. I need to share this more often. When I see a loyal customer or a potential say something on Facebook that I don't know really well, I screenshot it and I give it a couple days. So every couple days I'm going through my screenshots and I'll find one and then I'll message them and I'll be like, hey, a couple of days ago you said blah, 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 blah. And I didn't want to message you right then because I didn't want you to think that I was just like perusing on you or whatever word I use. I didn't want you to think that I was just like jumping at this chance because you said something, but I've been thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about it. Are you willing to learn more about the opportunity? I have a supplement that will help your joints. I, have something that would give you more energy. Would you like me to send you more information? So I don't see it that day and then message them. I screenshot it, and then every couple of days I'm going through those old screenshots and coming back to it. Does that help? Maybe? All right. Anything else? Do y'all have any other questions? If not, we're pretty good. That was a pretty good Zoom.
That was great. That was fun.
Okay. Well, it's hot in here. I need to get out of this room because I am like sweating. You guys, I will get this uploaded, the recording, and I will post it, and y'all can have access to it and share with your teams that couldn't make it. And thank you guys. Push to diamond. And if you fall short, make sure that you fall short because the cards didn't fall in place like they should, not because you didn't do the work. Like, you don't want to have that regret at the end of the month. It's the last thing we want you guys to have. But if you fall short and you do, look at that. You guys, we got to work on this vein. Stacy, I know that's not your line of work, but you kind of have that medical degree. There's something wrong with this vein. I already forgot what I was saying. I was distracted by my vein. I want to just stand here. It's a good vein. That's a really good vein. We don't want y'all to have the regret at the end of the month. We want you to be proud of what you've accomplished, regardless of what the rank says in the system. We want it to say diamond. We want to help you guys get there, but we also know that sometimes it's a process. But lay your head down at night and know that you did everything you could. Don't regret a day. That's the one thing that I could say. Don't
give up. There's so much that can happen in just such a few days. Seriously.
18 days. It could happen. All right. You guys have a wonderful night. Nell, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Love y'all. Good night.
Good night. Bye.